Hi, and welcome to All About the Bass 101. So you want to learn how to slap at a bass, eh? So maybe you can't play the guitar. Or maybe your great aunt Harriet passed away, leaving one of these in her garage, and you thought, hey, it's here, I might as well learn how to play it. Either way, you're here watching this video because you want to learn how to play the bass. Now right off, it might seem daunting because you might not know where to put your fingers. I mean, all of these strings and all of these frets, it's more complicated than a piano. And you might not know how to play with this hand either. But after you watch this video today, you'll understand how to play the bass. Now first off, tuning your bass. Tuning the bass. First, let's learn about the strings. We have E, A, D, and G. The strings are named because of the way you tune it with your mouth. E sounds pretty good. A, D, G. Now, what do these knobs do right here? Now this is volume. This controls how loud the bass is. This is tone. This controls how annoying sounding the bass is. And this right here, that's something. So first, let's learn about the left hand, also called the fret hand, the neck hand, or the note hand. What we have here, these are all frets. Some of the frets are dotted. A good practice is to use all four of your fingers. These four fingers are used, and the thumb is used for nothing. So let's practice by using all four of our fingers to hold down frets, like this. Now, this might seem just like non-challenging practice, but in the long run, soon you'll be able to play pretty fast. And I challenge you to do that. Now what we have here, there's a particular pattern. If you go up and over 2, up 2 and over 2, that's your octave. Pretty cool, right? Now that we've learned about the left hand, let's learn about the right hand. Now the right hand is used to pluck the strings. Some people use a pick. But I don't. I never use one. So pretend your two fingers are like a little man walking. It's just like a little man walking on like an infinite treadmill, and he can never escape. He's stuck in the same place forever. tries to run, he'll never leave. Sometimes I'll use a glove to play the bass. It brings out sort of smoother tones in the bass and saves your fingers from a lot of, you getting cut up. Gloves. He thought learning an instrument would be the solution to his problems. He thought he'd make it as a rock star in the world. On the bass, the dots are at 3, the 3rd fret, the 5th fret, the 7th fret, the 9th fret, and then skip to the 12th fret. And then we have it up here on the 14th fret, and so on. Or 15th, whatever, so on. Now let's talk about some little things that can really spice up your bass playing. Now you may have seen me earlier do a little bit of hammer-ons. Now you may have seen me earlier do a little bit of a hammer-on, which is this. That's when you hammer on to the next note you're going to. So as for example, it's hammer-on. Now there's something that's like that, but the opposite, called a pull-off. That's because you're pulling off of the note, and you're going to a note lower. Now you saw me using both of those there. See, they really spice up any sort of bass playing. Now the third thing I'm going to talk about is a bend. Some people say bending is just for guitars, but it's not. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is a slide up. That's when you slide up to the note. Sounds pretty simple, right? This also works down, if you slide down. Now when you're playing a bass, especially with these big steel strings, it'll be very wearing on your right hand fingers. And on the left hand fingers too. Because of your fingers grinding up these steel strings, you'll get, blisters and maybe even cuts on your fingers. A good solution to this is Titebond wood glue. I try to do this all the time. I do this all the time, where I put just a little dab on fingers that are particularly calloused or blistering. If they're calloused, they don't really need it as much. I just make sure to spread it all along on all my fingers. You really love this stuff. It's one of those secret industry things. A lot of musicians know what I'm talking about, right? Right, bass players? So now I'm letting you in on the secret. And now you can be a bass master. So now we're going to learn some simple music theory that will help you loads. Right here to right here, go up to and over 1, that's a fifth. And then go over 1 and either down 1, that's a major third, and that's a minor third. So sad. Oh, I'm happy again. Oh, I'm so fucking sad. Oh, I'm happy. Oh, I'm sad. Happy, sad, happy, sad. And the fifth. So this root, third, fifth, third. And then you can keep going like this. So now you know a little bit of music theory. Uh-oh. I switched to the 4 in the progression. Nope. Here we go. So now you're practically a country, blues, jazz, rock, folk, playing minor because I'm sad on the inside. Reggae master. Now quickly some simple etiquette. There are exceptions to all these rules. However, if you want to make it as a bass player, you have to follow these rules. Number 1, the bass player at a gig is not permitted to talk to anyone. He's supposed to stay on stage and not look excited about it. That brings us to rule number 2. Like I said, the bass player never leaves the stage. He sits up there with a water or a beer and has to just look either at his feet or at his drink. Rule number 3, if you want to make it in this, you have to get a bass amp that is at least 50 pounds. Wattage does not matter, it just matters how much it weighs. So you want to get one that's at least 50 pounds. Rule number 4, don't use a pick. Rule number 5, okay, the bass player must always get there first and leave there last. That's good etiquette, okay? And number 5, number 6, I can't stress again that you don't talk. Don't talk at the gig unless you're the lead singer, or unless the lead singer permits you to do so. Now that you're a bass master, you can go out there and start learning on your own, and I'll release lessons when I can, and you can continue to get better and better. So stay. So get slapping. And I'll see you next time.